Hey, how you doing? This is John and welcome to John's Long Box. Today I'm doing another episode of What You Reading. Why? Because I've been reading a lot of comics. I'm trying to read at least 5 comics a day. So these are all the comics that I read since the last time I did What You're Reading. As you can see, I'm not actually reading 5 a day. I'm just trying it. So let's start with Alterna Comics Unit 44. This is issue number 8. This is by Wes Locker, Alex Jovic, and Andrew Pate. I like it. I think it was a mini series at first. I forget. I'm probably talking out of my butt. But it's a funny comic. It started as a one joke that the Unit 44 over it. I'm excited because I drank coffee and I got to sleep 12 hours. It started as a one note joke. These guys work for Area 51. They're like Men in Black, and they had to put some of their stuff in Unit 44. It was a storage unit, and they forgot to pay the bills, and then they had to track down all the units. It was a funny little series, but it outgrew the premise. So now they're just like X-Files, go around in a humorous way. I think it has grown in a comic. It is one of those comics that has outgrown its premise and has gotten better for it. And I just dig it. And man, what can I say? Alterna Comics just... Pete, if you watch this, let me know the secret of your printer. And speaking of Alterna Comics, is Blood Realm, number 13. Robert Geronimo is a twisted genius. Don't let Robert Geronimo fool you, okay? Robert Geronimo looks like a nice guy, but he's really a corpse-eating cannibal. Okay, don't let anybody trick you. Look at his art. Look at his art. He's a disturbed human being. I love it. Matter of fact, I really like the way this looks. The black and the white, and but just so cool. I love his covers. The cover, the black, white, and red. It's just so cool. Speaking of so cool, here's Wolf and Batsy, number 9. This is part 2 of. I might as well show this. This is part 2 to a 4-part, The Fall of the House of Zagzag. Wolf and Batsy is by Brian Bow. You can see his name right here, and his name's not there. Oh, there it is. It's a werewolf and a vampire girl, trying to find a home. They find a home, but now pesky humans are coming in. And I have to say, this is 50% of this 4-part story. It is the meanest Wolf and Batsy. You remember that they're monsters in this story, okay? They are monsters in this story. Jeez, it actually shocked me. Here's number 7. I already got number 7, but this is hand drawn by Brian Bow, right? Yep. That he drew, not specifically for me, and then there's a Batsy card. He didn't draw this specifically for me. Just when I backed Alterna Comics, I pledged at the higher tier to get some artwork done, and man, am I pleased to do so. I think the world of this comic. His Punchline, number 1. I did a showcase on this, so you can see all my thoughts on that. Here are some Firewatch postcards. Here's an empty bag that I'm going to move. This is Lady Supreme, number 2. I'm doing my back issues, my unread... I can't even talk. I'm doing videos of my unread long boxes, and I'm pulling out stuff that's just like... Lady Supreme had 2 issues, and I read number 1 years ago. So why is number 2 just sitting in the box, never to be read? So I'm pulling out stuff like that. So this is number 2 of Lady Supreme, written by Terry Moore. So that's why I did that. Book of Dreams by J.M. DeMatteis. I'm going through all of my backlog of stuff by J.M. DeMatteis. Full disclosure, he's been on my channel. He was a wonderful guest. He's a wonderful comic book writer. So I'm like, why do I have stuff of his unread? So I'm pulling his stuff and putting on the top. This is, semi-autobiographical. I think there's some added, embellishment in it. Yes, there's some embezzlement in it. J.M. DeMatteis is an embezzler. This is Amazing Adventures number 7. I did a video on this. I did a showcase on this, so I threw it on my 2-read pile, even though I read this years ago. Love this. Okay, I might as well... Okay, I start with issue number 1 of this 3-issue series. This is Lazarus by Image Comics. They had like a little imprint called Shadowline. I do not know if Shadowline is still in service. But this is a 3-issue series about a man who can't die. And I loved issue number 1. Oh my God, did I love it. I loved issue number 2. And then issue number 3 was they're racist. Racism is bad. So it just killed it. Why did I buy it? Because there's another series by Greg Rucker called Lazarus. So I was filling in all the back issues that I had missed so I could continue reading it. And I stumbled upon this, and I just thought it was like a prequel or something, So I just bought it. There's only 3 issues, and they were like $1 a piece. And again, I love but guys, racism is bad. Nazism is bad too. Let's not make everything about racism and come on. So it's a group of white supremacists bioengineering eternally living white people. It just ruined and got me mad. Junkyard Joe, this was phenomenal. I really liked it. I have to clear the lip because there's only so much stuff that it could fit. Okay, this was a phenomenal series. Highly recommend to everybody. It's funny because I don't consider my showcase videos to be reviews. It's more just me talking about the comics. And if I do a showcase on the comic, it means I like the comic. I'm not going to spend 15 minutes making a video about a comic that I can't stand. I did it a few times to make a point. So, odds are if you see a showcase about a comic, I like it. So it's funny that in these What You Read is where you hear me talk about comics that I don't like. However, Junkyard Joe, I absolutely loved. I'm going to clear the lip because these comics are kind of thick. And then we have these because for Core de Wrath. These are character sheets for characters in Core de Wrath. So this is the character, and then this is their Dungeons and Dragons stats. So this is the character Lilith. Look at that drawing. That is just awesome. This is, I forget her name, Adriana, and this is her stats. This is the empty bag that it came in. I gotta put it in. This is the sheet for Core de Wrath. Oh, and this is him falling down. Look at that. This is the Shattered Reach, the map. I love fantasy maps. I love fake maps. I guess they're real maps to fake places. And this was Core de Wrath. When I started reading it, I had a little problem with the writing. And the writing kind of pulled me out of it. But then when it finished, I totally understood what he was going for. So I revised my opinion. This is like these posters. I forget where they came from, but they came with somebody and they kind of got mixed up. Oh, here's cards that came with Wraith of God. I haven't read Wraith of God yet. Number 2, I should get right on it. This is a little thank you note from Astonishing. This is a poster. I can't undo it with one hand. I found it. But this poster came with Firewatch. I showcased this in a Firewatch video. There we go. Brian Bow, Wolf and Batsy. So, and I already showed this in my Firewatch unboxing videos, so I will just skip to the chase of the comics. That's the booby version, that's the bikini version, and that's the normal version of Firewatch. So there you go. This was all of the stuff that I read since the last time I did What You're Reading. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.